of stoichiometry. I want to give you a very basic concept in which you can use to calculate problem involving what? Stoichiometry. Now, what do you understand by stoichiometry? Stoichiometry has to do with the calculation of the amount. The amount can be mole, can be mass, can be volume of what? Of reactant and product in chemical reaction based on what? A balanced chemical equation. Let me write it on the board. Is Now this is the full meaning of stoichiometry in a very simpler form. Is the calculation of the amount. The amount is what? Mole, mass, and what? Volume of reactant and product in a chemical reaction based on a balanced chemical equation. So there are two things that you need to know. One, mass, mole, mass, and volume. Two, balanced chemical equation. So stoichiometry have to do with what? The balanced chemical equation. Now, for you to exploit this thing, we are going to look at the mole, mass, and volume relationship. Now, before you looking at the mole, mass, volume relationship, just understand mole concepts. I have made a video concerning mole concept. 5 different ways you can calculate moles when moles is given relationship of mole, mass, and volume. So I'm going to give you all the relationship, then give you the various formula in which you can use and solve them. Very, very simple, so that you will not be wasting time in solving stoichiometry problem. Now let's look at, we have one, mole relationship. Mole relationship. We have mass relationship, and we have three, we have volume relationship. These are the three major standards. Now we are going to connect these three into their various form. Here we can have the subunit include, we can have mole mass 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the various way you can find. They might ask, all this one that is first, we title is A, this is A, and this is your what? B. They will ask you to calculate B, and they will give you A. In this one, they can give you A and ask you to calculate B. So this all this one, the second one is your B. What you are asked to calculate is your B. What you are given in the question is your what? Is your A. This is how to calculate stoichiometry relationship. We have 9 of them. Do you get that? No, they will always give you A, and you will be asked to calculate what? B. A will be given, they will not ask you to calculate what? B. Now we are going to look at the various formula in which you can use. There are 3 major formula to use. Then you now be interchanging the way we have just interchanged here. Now the first formula is for mole. For mole, you have mole of A divided by coefficient. I will represent coefficient as what? C. Okay, coefficient, this coefficient. Coefficient is simply mole ratio. For instance, you have hydrogen gas react with what? React with. Now this is what we call coefficient. This one that is in front here, ammonia has 2 moles. Okay, hydrogen has 2 moles. Nitrogen has what? Has 1 mole. This is what we call mole ratio. So it is called coefficient. So I'm going to abbreviate it as what? As C. So it's equals to N bracket all over what? C. So this one now is your A. This is your A, and this is your what? This is your B. You will be given A, and you now be asked to calculate what? B. What are you asked to? What will you be asked to calculate? To calculate the mole of what? Of B. This is B. You will be given A, the mole of A, and the coefficient of. Remember, the question say in a balanced chemical equation. For instance, is in this question you are given 0.2 moles of hydrogen gas react with nitrogen to give you what? To give you how many moles of what? Of ammonia. What you are going to do is that take these two. This one is the one that you are given. So since it is given, you just say 0.2 divided by what is the coefficient of this one? Is what? Is 3. Look at the coefficient. Is equals to what you are given. This is what you are asked to find. So you put what? X divided by what is the coefficient? Coefficient here is what? 2. Are you following? So what you are going to do, just cross multiply. You see that 3x now, this one cross multiply this one. Cross multiply this one. 3x now will be equals to what? 0.2 times 2. At the end, you divide both sides by what? 3 to get your x. That is what we mean. Do you understand? Now, this is the first formula. The second formula is mass. This is for mole. This is for mole. Now, for mass, we say mass over coefficient multiplied by molar mass. Molar mass is equals to mass over coefficient multiplied by what? Multiplied by molar mass. This one is your B, what you will be asked to find, and this one is your what? This one is your what? Is your A, what you are given. So it is very, very simple. You just apply the same rule. For instance, you are given in this equation now. In this equation, you are given the mass of nitrogen gas as what? 14. Let's just say 3. And you are asked to calculate the one of ammonia. What you are going to do is that, what is the, you say mass of this one is what? 3. Divided by what is the coefficient of nitrogen here is what? 1. Times what is the atomic mass of nitrogen? Remember, nitrogen is diatomic, so it's equals to the mass you are asked to calculate is your piston mass. So we put X divided by, are you following? Now the coefficient is what? 2. 2 times what is the molar mass of ammonia? Nitrogen is 14 plus 3 will give us what? It give us 17. At the end, you still do this thing. Very, very simple. Now let's go to the next one. The next one says that for volume here, volume, we have volume divided by coefficient is equals to volume divided by what? Coefficient. This is when volume is given. But when you are asked to calculate mass to volume, we say for your B, this is volume. Are you following? This is what? A. All this one that is in your right hand side is what? Is your A. Why this one is in your left hand side is what? Is your B. So your B is what you are asked to what? Or what you will be asked to what? To calculate. While your A is what you are given. Now, if you are asked to calculate volume and volume to mass or mass to volume, what you are going to do is that this one is volume over coefficient times volume at STP, which is what? 22.4. So in a situation where you have volume, this is the one you are going to use. But in a situation where you have volume moles, you are going to use this one. Connect it. Volume, you are given volume, you use this one. You are now asked to calculate mole, you come and use the one of B to calculate. Do you understand? What I mean is it, for instance, you are given mass volume, you are asked to calculate volume and you are given mass. Simply do connect this one like this. You are given the mass of this one, you are asked to calculate the volume. So make volume your subject of formula. V here will now be what? Your X. So you will be asked to find X. Okay, so A here for mass volume, you are given a mass of A and you multiply, you divide it by the coefficient. Of course, all this one has to do with what? A balanced chemical equation. So coefficient times what? The molar mass of that A is equals to volume. Here is what you are asked to calculate. So you make volume here x divided by the coefficient of that x. Okay, a coefficient of that x multiplied by standard volume 22.4. You get that this thing. So whatever you are asked, just interchange it. What if you are given moles mass? You are given moles and you are not asked to calculate mass. Look at given, connect it like this. Are you following? You are given moles, you are not asked to calculate mass. So moles divided by the coefficient, you multiply, is equals to the mass you are going to calculate. You make it your what? X. Make it your subject of formula. Then you divide it by what? The coefficient multiplied by the molar mass. Simple. Then if you are asked, in the case of this one, mass mole, mass, you are given mass and you are asked to calculate mole. Connect this one. Very simple. You are given volume and you are asked to calculate moles. You are given volume and you are asked to calculate mole. Connect this one, TP. Okay, so use this one, volume. But if a relationship involves moles and mass and volume, you use this formula. Are you following? So this is all I have just explained. Solve stoichiometry problem. Thank you and God bless you.